Yo, it's your boy Logos. And I saw this tweet from Daquan Wiltshire this morning, and I think it's worthwhile having a conversation about it. Of course, I don't agree with everything he says, but within this case, I for the most part agree. But as I read through the tweet, I realized this go beyond dating, preferences, men or women. It really involves the black community as a whole, because when you have the consequences or the ramifications, depending on who you choose, and especially if you have a baby with them, it goes beyond just preferences or jealousy or anything like that. It goes into broken homes, trauma on children, all this other stuff. The type of man you pick does matter. And though I do agree with the quiet men shouldn't be angry or hating of women because of their choices, you should just leave them alone and walk away. Or at least if they upset about why you don't want to be with them, explain why. Well, you have multiple baby daddies, your younger years was focused on Pookies and Ray Rays, which I know Daquan doesn't like that term, but me and Ram said before the reason why he don't like the term Pookie and Ray Rays is because he's one of them. So I'm not gonna stop saying that. And I also think it was funny. I mentioned it in the reaction to the video he did to the guys about black nerds. He said that you're gay if you call like someone a Pookie and Ray Ray. Once again, that's just straight up ignorance from Daquan. I truly think he doesn't have the words or the intelligence to explain why he doesn't like it. And I always say why I think he doesn't like it. So he can just say, oh, that's gay. Because you don't really have to think about that. You have to use your brain cells to come up with or explain yourself why it makes you uncomfortable. And that's the thing, an issue we have within the black community, black men, we can't just voice our words. It always have to be aggression or anger. We can't just have a civil conversation. But that's a whole nother different topic. But the whole point is, saying a Pookie or Ray Ray doesn't make you gay. Daquan had an issue with Kevin Samuels saying that. And Kevin Samuels wasn't a gay man. He wasn't anything like that. Daquan, from my understanding, agrees with most of the stuff that Kevin Samuels say. So once again, it doesn't really have to anything with being gay or having any type of, I don't know, sexuality, misunderstanding, anything like that. I think it's just Daquan don't liking it, not liking it because he's a Pookie. He's a Ray Ray. He's one of those guys. And the Ray Ray thing was mostly about multiple baby mamas, issues, stuff like that. But at least Daquan is actually involved in his kids' lives. That is much better than most Pookie and Ray Rays. So I'll definitely give him credit for that. But let me get into the tree because I don't want to get too sidetracked with that stuff. But trust me, we're gonna get back into it. I've never seen a man that actually gets women hate on women for their preferences. I do agree with that. I think if you spend more of your time hating on people that are successful, how can you be successful? It takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication, consistency, and time to be successful at anything. Well, for the most part, at anything. So if it's a business or dating, all this other stuff, you're wasting time thinking about other people instead of about yourself, how you can improve your business, your personality, in the gym, all these different things. I said in multiple videos, guys, you're much better off just focusing on yourself if the girl doesn't want you compared to sticking around and hoping that'll change or being upset at her. You can't force her to like you. You shouldn't even want that. You should want to experience a real girl genuinely loving you, liking you, being affectionate to you. I'm not even talking about sexual stuff. I'm just talking about pure girlfriend boyfriend interactions. Her rubbing your back, rubbing your head, giving you massages, all that type of stuff. Stuff that I know a lot of guys want. And unfortunately, there's a good chunk of the population of men that don't have it. Not because they're weirdos, not because they hate women, not because they're bad guys, but because maybe they're focused on school, work, their career. Maybe they was in a home that was very constrictive, so they couldn't really talk to women or girls growing up. Or even just straight up, they're just afraid of being rejected. And of course, you just have to go out and do it. Get in the course, doing all sorts of stuff, making other people rich or making yourself angry isn't improving your life. But going to the gym, working on your personality, getting more knowledge, having something worthwhile to say when you do have a girl that's interested in you. It's a lot easier to take it to the next step if you have stuff that makes you interesting, but you're not trying too hard. Or you have opinions that you could back up or experiences that you can share. All this stuff that you could work on doing when you're waiting for whatever girl you want to pop up and walk into your life. But that's just how I see things. I could be wrong. Y'all don't hate women that like street dudes or slash hood dudes because you think it's wrong. Eh, I don't think you should hate the woman. I think you should just like not understand their choices. There's a difference between not understanding why somebody do something and hating them. Even somebody that you love or care about, they could just mess up doing something one time. You don't understand why they did it. They're human, they make mistakes, but that doesn't mean you hate them. And I think that's what most guys feel like. When you see a girl that's seen from the outside looking in, seem like a nice, calm, good woman that you can, possibly marry, have a good relationship, build a family with, but she goes for a guy that's known to, be in crime, be in and out of jail or prison, multiple baby mamas, ain't shit. Of course you're gonna be like, the fuck? Are you retarded? Oh, what you gonna expect to get out of that besides, excitement, short term fun, and probably get your heart broken because he cheated on you, which any guy could cheat on you. Also, maybe he gets arrested, loses freedom. If he's a psycho, he could beat you or whatever. Like, or you get caught up in some crossfire bullshit involving crime or gangs, any of that stupid nonsense. I completely understand why guys say that doesn't make any sense. Cause that's what I say. It just doesn't make sense. Doesn't mean I hate you. I just don't understand your choices. But I'm not a woman, so it doesn't really matter to me if I understand your choices. I could just not understand them and move on from you. And that's what I advise. Just move on. It's much better nowadays. It sucks, but it's also good. It's good that you have women being so vocal about some of the crazy shit they believe or do because you could just avoid them. Don't waste your time. Don't make that woman a girl that you wasted 2 or 3 years with or get pregnant. Don't do that. Don't don't have a baby mama or multiple baby mamas that you hate. One thing I don't like about the crime where I'm pretty sure he still does it. But the last time, or at least a year or so ago, he would like talk shit about his son's baby mother, I think, and say she like a fat bitch and all this other stuff. I'm like, bro, even if that stuff is true, why say that on a live stream when your son is going to grow up and he'll have access to this stuff on the internet? Like, come on, man. This is just common sense. You shouldn't be putting down your baby mama, your baby daddy. I prefer to say the father or the mother of your children. You shouldn't be putting those people down because it makes you look awful because you fucked her and nutted in her. It makes your son don't see her as nicely when he grows up to see this stuff or see you as nicely. And it's gonna lead to conflict. All this stuff just seems very childish, if you ask me. I understand being funny, but you still not be a dumbass while doing it. But let's keep going. Someone's on this tweet. Then I'm gonna go through the replies. You're just mad that you think you're better than those men, and women still don't choose you over them. I think that is pretty true for a percentage of men that has that type of issue. Probably pretty similar to the same type of men that hate women in general. In general, excuse me. But listen, man, if you're a guy that is, not a bad person, you don't get engaged in crime, you do what you need to do, you're very calm, you control your emotions, you are better than a street or a hood nigga. And when I was talking about street or hood nigga, I don't mean you just live in the hood or oh, you quote unquote live in the hood or whatever. I mean a guy that's, in the gang, robbing niggas, killing niggas, multiple baby moms, multiple baby daddies, all that bullshit that is intolerable, that are destroying the black community. I don't give a fuck how anybody feels about, oh, it's fun, live your life. Shut the fuck up. It's all cool and fun until they don't raise their children right. And this is what we're going to get into, how it affects the black community and why picking ain't shit women or ain't shit niggas really does matter. If you have an ain't shit nigga as your father of your child or mother of your child, where's the parenting is going to come from? The morals, the dignity, all this stuff. And then when they get older and they have more freedom and access to the world, what if they start, robbing people, doing similar stupid shit that you were doing, that their father was doing, and they saw that growing up? That's why this type of stuff matter. So no, I don't hate women who choose street niggas or hood niggas. I just understand it, and it's pretty damn stupid, especially if it's a known history. And every guy knows, well, I won't say every guy knows, but I would say most guys have seen women repeatedly get with guys that has a history or known, I don't know, reputation of not being reliable or not being shit. And then they get surprised when they get hurt. Like, of course that was gonna happen. That's what happened to all the girls before you. You think you're gonna change him? No. No, he's not gonna change unless he wants to change. That's with anybody. Hood dude, street dude, man, woman, it doesn't matter. If a person doesn't want to change, you're not gonna change. But I do think picking the type of man that you pick obviously does matter. And I think the Daquan saying that men getting upset at women or hating them over it is weird or not necessary. I think that's very much true. But I won't go as far to say that he's saying that there's nothing wrong with it, but there is something wrong with choosing a dude that's in the streets and engaged in crime. Like, I don't give a fuck who anybody feels. I don't give a fuck how anybody or what anybody has to say about that. That's just straight up stupid. Like, seriously, think about the consequences and what you're asking for. But then when you get those consequences, you want the people to help you, feel bad for you. Fuck that. No. And what about stuff like, because the Daquan was deep into the red pill before. So what about these opinions about women choosing shitty men before you when you was building yourself up, but then when you get older and you're established and successful, they didn't want to swing the block and give you attention. They didn't want to give you attention when you were younger. And you wanted them when they were more beautiful. They didn't have a baby daddy or any of that bullshit with them. Like, I don't understand completely where the Daquan coming from, but for the most part, I do. You just can't say stuff like who you choose doesn't matter. It does matter. Like, come on, it absolutely does matter. That doesn't mean I hate you, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna take you seriously. Like, if you have a Pookie or Way for your baby daddy, like, why would I marry you? Why would I take you super seriously unless you just have a fantastic personality? And I can't even conceive of why you thought it was a good idea. Besides, you were so young and stupid. Like your brain, developed half of the speed that it's supposed to be. That's the only excuse I could think of it. Because why would I want to marry you and risk put my life on the line for you, especially if you're not gonna have kids for me, when you chose to get with a nigga that ain't shit and not have to come and clean up your mess that you made with his dumb ass. Really, think about that. I just don't get it. That doesn't make you a bad person. I'm just saying guys who think about that type of stuff aren't crazy, aren't bad, don't hate anybody. They're just logical. And you trying to say somebody's this, that, and the other because of how they approach certain type of one they want to be with. Yeah, I really don't care what you think. Because if it goes wrong, if it doesn't end up the way that you want it to be because of the same red flags that you saw before, who's going to come in and, I don't know what, save you or whatever? Nobody. You're going to live with that consequence. Nobody else. Not Daquan, not anybody that's liking his tweets, not anybody that agrees with him, man, woman, it doesn't matter. Whatever choice you make, you got to live with that and the consequences. So it does matter who you choose. But as a guy, you shouldn't be upset. You should be thankful. Thankful that you don't waste your time on that girl, because who knows, she might do some stupid shit, say some stupid shit while you're together with her. And instead of being with a good woman, you're with her instead. Let her pick the Pookie. Let her pick the Ray Ray. Let her pick the niggas. Like, she can do what she want. You can control how you respond to that. And that's what really matters. Ghetto women don't appeal to me, and I generally get along with the men that these women choose as partners. Though I have criticism of these women, I doubt they'll listen to me when I say be better. Yeah, I agree with this tweet completely. Ghetto, loud, obnoxious, childish, emotional women don't appeal to me. But I have no issues with a guy that, might find them attractive. If I find the issue with the guy, it's because the guy did or said something or something like that, not because of who you like or a woman liking you. That's ridiculous. Like, come on, like there's so many women in the world, and each one of us guys want to fuck dozens of them for the most part. Most guys, until they settle down, want to fuck more than one woman. So the whole idea of getting upset about a girl, find another guy attractive when you should be trying to put yourself in that situation to be attractive to a different girl, and another guy being your situation that you're feeling right now, it just made no sense. But that's how I see it. At the end of the day, it's a woman's choice of who she wants. Absolutely. I can't blame the street dudes for getting pit. Of course not, because if you got pit, what you gonna do? Feel bad? Say I don't want it? Of course not. He don't have to do anything. He would get pit. Yeah, of course. Plus, y'all men don't want women who deep down want Glocktavius as her ideal mate. Exactly. Saint Tyrone. But exactly, if you the type of guy who is not a street nigga, why would you want the type of girl who wants a street nigga? Because the best case scenario is that she'll settle down with you after she already had some street niggas that got hurt, or maybe she'll just won't respect you as much, or she'll secretly want the street niggas or something like that. Until she fully actively chooses to not find them attractive because of the stuff what I said earlier, you're wasting your time. And you're not putting yourself in the best position. Like I talk about often on here, I don't watch Red Pill as much as I would say most guys in the Red Pill do. I watch Kevin Samuels and Patrice O'Neal. And I would just re-listen to Patrice O'Neal content from the Opie and Anthony show because for one, it's funny as hell. And two, he's talking about stuff like this. And he says in the video I watched yesterday or listened to because it's more like a podcast radio show format. But he's talking about don't put yourself in a position where you're working from behind. You're working from third place and you're trying to catch up to the woman. So if you put yourself in a position where she doesn't want you as her ideal mate, she wants somebody else, you're putting yourself behind because you're constantly working to try to make yourself in your mind or in her mind good enough for her. Especially when the type of men that she deems as good enough in the moment really ain't shit for the most part. So don't put yourself in that position. You're better off just walking away. Take your ball, leave, don't play the game, don't play her game, and just walk away. Find another one. If you see this girl, I know you're seeing hundreds others, so you just can't get in that tunnel vision. Of course, I can understand that because sometimes you see a girl and you already, I don't know, imagine how you're gonna talk to her, take her out and all that stuff, but you have to let that shit go. Just let that shit go. It's as simple as a phrase, don't hate the player, hate the game at which those that get it, get it. Yeah, you can't. There's no reason to hate the game because if you can get good enough, the game will be in your favor. If you can play it correctly, you can decide who's in your circle, who's interacting with you, and who's not. It's your jealousy that they're poorly disguised. Same with women who get upset when certain women marry before them. Just wait your turn, and improve your life in the meantime. Exactly. And being able to understand that not every girl is worth getting with. Seriously. Seriously, not every girl is worth getting with. I don't understand how we can have these stories every time about I often see in the red pill about women doing this or doing that, whether she lied about being abused or taking this money or all this other stuff or being unfaithful. If we can believe those things and accept those things to be true, but at the same time we gotta always feel the need to get with the first girl that we want to, I don't know, we find attractive. Well, I can understand that because until you find somebody else attractive or until that potential relationship is, cut off permanently, you're going to still want that. But also at the same time, we need to understand that it works out in your favor sometimes when you don't get that girl because that girl isn't going to align with you. And and let's say you do get her, you end up in a relationship with her, and it turns out to be hell. You in that hellish relationship for 6 to 12 months. You could have just avoided all that, all the wasted time, money, pain, stress, all the other stuff. Plus, it's very possible in those 6 to 12 months you were with that person, you could have found another girl or another man that was much better than them or fits your type of personality much better, but you lost it. Of course, you didn't lose it forever, most likely. You could find another person that could fit those same categories, but that time spent with that person isn't happening. It's spent with a crazy ass girl or a crazy ass man. And that stuff does matter. Who you pick does matter when you talk about relationships and kids and the future and the community and so all this other stuff. Yes, it does matter. Okay, so I think this is what somebody replied to the Quorum post with because it seemed to be contradicting. It says, I don't consider myself a street nigga, which I heard him say this stuff before. Nah. I just did what I had to do. What? What? Okay. Um. What? What them niggas? But I'm gonna say this: I can't stand women that fetishize street niggas. Niggas out here risking their lives and freedom on a daily basis just to survive and feed their family. Okay. So I don't watch the Quan as much as I used to because of what I said before. But like, does he not also like I don't know partially praise like the same type of lifestyle and stuff like that? I don't know the way he always talking about I'm a real nigga. I swear a lot of times, sometimes the way he talk, it reminds me of like high school because he says like stuff. I'm a real nigga. I'm not an internet nigga. It just does sound like somebody that's very educated that much. But either way, regardless, it doesn't matter. Women who do fetishize street niggas are once again the women that you shouldn't be wasting your time on. Leave them alone. Get away from them. Don't even interact with them. They're dumb as fuck. Why would you want to waste your time and produce a kid with those type of genetics and mindset? You have to deal with that shit for the rest of your life, and then possibly have to deal with the ramifications and consequences flowing through your children because of how they were raised by her. Especially if y'all separated, because most of the time the mother gets the children, so you're not gonna be there for the vast majority of the time. So any bullshit that she believes or supports or low morals, low standards, is very possible not gonna get passed down to your kids that you have with her. Niggas out here risking their lives of free on day base just to survive. Listen, of course there are some people out there that engage in the street lifestyle because just to survive, but okay, I'm not gonna fucking let them paint this whole bow and all this other shit about this type of lifestyle. For the most part, people who do it, they want to do it. They take pride in doing it. They think they're a real nigga for shooting and killing and robbing and stealing and destroying their communities. We're also talking about being pro-black and police brutality and all this other bullshit. Yes, there are some people that literally have no choice, I guess, but to do stupid shit like this. I guess they can't just, get a job, get two, go to the military. They really want to kill and fight over stupid shit. Why don't you go and fight over at least, a pension or, college education? But no, let's just killing each other from age 12 to fucking 25 over property you don't even own, money that's not even gonna last, and freedom that won't even last either. Yeah. Ugh. It's just very hard for me to try to find leeway with the. Excuse me. It's hard for me to find leeway with this type of shit because I don't know. In my opinion, the more you give leeway and try to make an excuse for it, the more people are gonna keep doing it. Like at a certain point, are we not just killing each other? At a certain point, can you tell me how you pro black and BLM this and BLM that and marching in the streets, but niggas are killing niggas way more than police do, and y'all don't give a shit? I ain't even seen the crime say before, niggas die every day. Like, it's so dumb. We're just very simple minded and dumb. Does anything you're saying make it an important move though? Choosing street niggas is still, yeah, exactly. It's still a bad choice. It's just you shouldn't be angry at the woman. You should just walk away, leave her alone, not waste your time on her. She's not. That's not the type of girl you want to reproduce with. She want to like be with a street nigga. Let her be with a street nigga and keep your kids away from their kids. That's how I see it. You can't force somebody to be with you, and you shouldn't even want to, especially somebody like this who made choices like this because it is a bad choice. My thing is, even if you think it's a bad choice, why do you care? You wouldn't want a woman that's not attracted to you, so who cares what her standards are? Also true, but that's not unique to just this topic. People do that on both sides. So I do agree with her. You wouldn't want a woman that's attracted to you, but it is a bad choice, and it does matter depending on how far that relationship goes. Especially, listen, man, I'm not gonna put my life on the line for any woman that puts herself in bad situations and don't listen to men that want to protect her. So my example is if you're gonna date a street nigga and you want to take the chance of getting shot, beat, or any of that shit, don't ask any dude of any value to put their life on the line for your stupid ass. I'll call the police. But I'm not gonna jump in for your stupid ass so you can go right the fuck back because he gives you butterflies and all this stupid shit. No. No, fucking idiotic. On both sides. Everything just straight up stupid. You're not, guys, you're not born on this earth just to die to make some random woman that don't even like you happy or safe. No, fuck that. If you're gonna throw your life away, and you're not really throwing it away. If you're gonna give up your life for someone, it better be your kids, your wife, your girlfriend if you really love her, you've been together for a long time, your mom, your dad, your sister, stuff like that. Maybe like a niece or nephew, young children. But no, not just a woman who made choices and then her choices get her in this situation, and then you're supposed to just risk death or permanent injury to save this dumb bitch. No, no. People keep saving her, she's not gonna learn. Screw that. And I think I'm about to get into the whole, uh, damn, I don't know how I'm forgetting like benefits, like food stamps and the government and all that government assistance and shit. But I'll say that for another time because it's kind of related. But I'm pretty sure me and Ram gonna do a whole video on that in the future pretty soon. So I'll just focus on this. But yeah, it does matter. It absolutely does matter. It doesn't matter with you in terms of dating her, but it does matter in the community. Of course, people are gonna say it don't, but do they really matter? Choosing a blue collar guy who beats your ass or kill you. Why the fuck? What? What? Just listen. If his whole point in saying that dumb shit in that first line is because street niggas are more likely to beat your ass or kill you or get you killed because of the stupid shit they do, and his counter is a blue collar guy and choosing who beats your ass and kills you is your type of rebuttal. That's a dumb fucking rebuttal. It really is. The only way you could have made that shit equal is if the blue collar guy is a woman beater or a murderer. That's the only way he's equal to a street nigga. Most guys aren't like that. Most guys aren't street niggas, and most guys aren't gonna beat you or kill you. So stop. Wow. Yet, Dateline TV show has been capitalizing off women who do not date street niggas get murdered by their husbands for 30 years. Okay, so what you trying to tell me is a random psychopath flying off at the handle because he's selfish, he's evil, he's greedy, he's egotistical. In the fucking TV show is equivalent to known knowledge of street niggas killing each other, getting people around them killed. It don't have to be their girlfriend or people like related to them. It could just be people in the vicinity. I was watching Trap Lord Ross because I was gonna do a few videos on the gang bullshit so I can get more knowledge on it. I wanted to watch Trap Lord Ross, who does documentaries on Chicago gangs. Honestly, gangs all across the country. The most biggest are like Chicago, LA, stuff like that. The big ones everybody knows, stuff like that. But I was watching his content, and much of it was just niggas killing niggas or innocent civilians getting hit in the crossfire. Young girls, like a 70-year-old man, a 60-year-old woman, people's grandmas and grandfathers getting hit because dumbass street niggas. But this stupid fuck on top of some Dateline TV show. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, like, yeah, and like you can't just say blue collar because most blue collar men are actually, not street niggas. Because how can you be blue collar, working a job, with your hands most of the time, blue collar type work, not in the office, but you in the streets doing stupid shit. Yeah, like you, they locked this up in the conversation exactly, and then they expect your mind to be just as small minded as them. He talk about blue collar, average everyday guys, the vast majority of guys, and this dumb fuck talking some Dateline murderers. And fucking blue collar guys that will beat you and kill you, which is not the majority. What the fucking stupid? That's why these people really are dumb. Fucking dumb. And look, Dork Nowitzki. That is a clever name. I ain't gonna lie. It's not that bad, but found him because this guy says does anything choosing street niggas is a bad choice, but somehow he's angry because he just saying the obvious, which is it is a bad choice. Would you want your daughter to date a street nigga or a hood nigga? Probably not if you have any morsel of common sense and decency about you. God, like people are so fucking stupid. They will say any stupid shit to defend a group of people that they think they have something they're familiar with, or something relatable to them, or something positive about them. It- but when it comes to actual world life and them themselves facing the consequences, not some other person that they talking shit about, nah, I wouldn't do it myself. Of course, you wouldn't want your daughter to date some dumbass street nigga so you can fucking knock her up and leave her, or fucking go to prison and not be around. Like, stop, just so fucking stupid. But you wonder, people rather, I don't know, try to make people feel good or not make people feel bad about their dumbass choices, or also at the same time, I don't know, try to appeal to fucking their favorite content creator and any of that stupid shit. Like, please, please give me a break. People are actually dying. People, kids are losing a very good future or potential future because of a piece of shit parents want to just fucking bust nuts all the time. And Daquan was one of them. Luckily, he don't have a third one, thank God. But he fucking got two. So yes, like seriously, I'll say it once and I'll say it. I say it like at least a dozen times by now. But not every person's criticism shouldn't move you. You should listen to it. You should think about it and consider it. But that doesn't mean it actually makes sense. So if Daquan or anybody else has an issue with anybody saying you shouldn't, knock up or get with street people, and by sure I mean, involved in gangs or people that ain't shit, fuck them. And fuck anybody else. Cause who cares? Like, random people online who can't even make a good sentence or make a good argument do not matter. Them saying that if you don't do this or you don't do that, you're scared or this and the other, they don't matter. They can't make a actual logical conversation or logical argument. So it just either insults, shame. Honestly, it's the same stupid shit that Kevin Samuels would say that women would do. The shame, insults, guilt, and need to be right. Like seriously, it's a womanly tactic, an angry, bitter womanly tactic. Not all women, certain types of women, the ones that you should try to avoid. Those are the type of ones that use those type of tactics. And that's what I'm saying right here. Like, the point is not mute. It's not moot. It is absolutely true. Choosing street niggas is a dumbass choice. If you choose a street nigga, you're probably a dumbass bitch. And I don't feel bad for you. If you try to defend it, you're probably a dumbass nigga. Probably a Pookie Ray Ray too. That's it. That's where it is. But let me know what you think in the comments. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. But like, share, subscribe. It's your boy Logos, and I'll see you next time. Peace.